Legion of Merit is actually a US military award that is given to military or political leaders of foreign countries. Now, in the past, former Prime Minister Bob Menzies was given the award. 2 chiefs of the Australian Army have been given the award. One of the chiefs of the Defence Force has been given the award. Now, the citation reads that it's for his leadership in addressing global challenges and promoting collective security. But really, what this is about is China. Because let's look at who else received the Legion of Merit from the Trump administration yesterday. The Prime Minister of India and the former Prime Minister of Japan. So really, this is about President Trump trying to put an imprint on what we call the Quad, our 4 countries' military cooperation to counter China. I also think former Ambassador Joe Hockey should get some credit for this, because he's the one who really forged this incredibly strong relationship personally with President Trump. But I can tell you, China will not be tickled pink.
No, it doesn't seem that way by the events of the last few years, that's for sure, Michael. Let's move on now, because Donald Trump, he appears to be remaining fixated on his failed bid to overturn the election result. Now, some of his advisors have reportedly floated the idea of invoking martial law. Is that likely to happen?
The short answer is no way in hell. Look, some of the president's closest advisors reportedly, and even some of his allies publicly, are saying that he's kind of scaring them a little bit with the way he's acting. I mean, he's completely holed up in the White House. He's not holding any public events. His calendars are virtually empty. All he wants to do is talk to his lawyers about, this fictional election fraud, doesn't want to discuss anything else. Anyone who tries to get him to back down a little bit is suddenly cut out of the loop. Yet he still managed to play golf 9 times and tweets constantly. They're starting to wonder, the public is wondering, is he still actually running the country? Now, we're hearing reporting today that at the very, very top, at the highest echelons of the Pentagon, President Trump is making the generals nervous. They're worried about just what he might try to do in his last approximate 30 days. Could he, order an unexpected military strike, for example, against Iran? And as to the issue you raised, martial law, well, his disgraced and then pardoned former National Security Advisor, General Mike Flynn, has been publicly floating the idea that President Trump could declare martial law in the 4 key swing states and then have the military rerun the election. Well, I can tell you now, only General Flynn and President Trump think that's even vaguely reasonable. The Chief of Army and the Chief of Staff, or the Secretary for the Army and the Chief of Staff of the Army, actually had to put out a statement on Friday saying that there is absolutely no role for the military in the election process. Meanwhile, we're told that the list of potential pardons President Trump is going to start throwing out is so vast that they had to develop a spreadsheet to keep track of them. He's also been investigating ways to appoint a lawyer who his own legal team kicked off because of her crazy conspiracy theories as a special counsel to investigate Hunter Biden, President-elect Biden's son. Another special counsel to look into the fiction of the electoral fraud. Well, he doesn't even really have the power to do that. And of course, the president has been executing federal prisoners at a record rate. So he's making the country and even those around him pretty nervous.